Hey there everybody, redxparasite here, and welcome to the follow-up episode for Portal Versus. I have Evan with me here again. Evan, say hi.
Hello.
And today we're going to be explaining all the stuff that we did during the run. So
to prove that we weren't hacking, because we weren't.
Yes, we weren't hacking. So anyways, you are seeing my screen right now. I'm recording in glorious 16:9. And I say glorious because we had to record it in 4:3 for the verses, and that was just horrible. I hate like having two black bars on the side of my screen when I'm playing.
It was really weird recording in 4:3 because I'm not used to that anymore. Like I used to play on a 4:3 monitor before I got my actual good laptop, but now that I actually have a widescreen monitor, it was really weird.
So anyways,
not play up.
This isn't a glitch, but I always like putting the clipboard in the toilet and then flushing it. The first glitch that we actually did, though, both of us, was something called the glass glitch, and I just did it really well there. I just glitched this piece of cup.
We're doing screen sharing through Skype, and on my end, it just literally went from he picked up the glass, and then all of a sudden, he was looking at the wall, and it was through the glass.
But anyways, this glitch is pretty simple. All you have to do is just take relatively small objects and kind of wiggle them around the edge of the glass, and they'll go through, like so. So that's the first glitch that we did, both of us, while we were waiting to start.
Yeah.
Now, actually, when editing the footage, I realized that we didn't do too many glitches in the first few chess chambers of the game. Most of it's just clever stuff, like solving the tests cleverly.
Excellent.
So,
yeah, like a lot of it's stuff that isn't really an intended solution, but works.
Yep. So what I was trying to do there is something called accelerated backhopping. It's something that I tried to do a lot during the run, but failed to do most of the time. And once we get into this next room, I guess I can kind of explain it a little bit more. And so what accelerated backhopping
by the way, real quickly, in general, accelerated backhopping is just abbreviated to ABHing, because no one really feels like going through several multi-syllable words to describe something you use so frequently.
Well, I just got locked in the room with the cube because I'm being stupid, but oh well. But anyways, back to the accelerated backhopping. If you jump backwards and crouch and then keep jumping, you'll accelerate. So you keep on going back faster and faster. Kind of like so.
You have to be not holding the back button when you do it, which is weird.
Oh, see, there you go. I almost did it. I'll try to do it a little bit better right here into this elevator. And so if you jump backwards, see, you need to have a good starting jump. But if you jump backwards, and you see how I was kind of accelerating right there, and so that has its applications and its uses in speedrunning.
Yeah, and I'm hearing kind of a little noise. I'm assuming that's your scroll wheel.
Probably.
Yeah, because to jump fast enough, you can do it by hand, just mashing the space bar and timing it or well enough, or jumping or hitting it fast enough. But something that's a lot easier to do is just also bind your jump key to the scroll. Bind the jumping to the scroll wheel, so that when you scroll like up and down, it sends the same command as jumping. So that you can do a lot faster than just hitting the space bar over and over again.
Yeah, so Evan and I both primarily
just something both
jumped.
of us used, I think.
Yeah, so...
Whoa.
Unexpected glitch. That sometimes happens when you jump out of a portal. Sometimes you'll just randomly get momentum. I don't really know why it happens or how to do it.
I've seen it, but I can't really consistently replicate it.
Yep, so anyways, we didn't do any glitches in here. We just got the portal gun and left.
Yeah.
But there are two ways to cheat this room, and I'm gonna wait until GLaDOS stops talking before I start explaining this. GLaDOS, shut up! Thank you.
Yeah, so these are glitches that are better to do if you're doing a segmented speedrun where you can redo a part of it over and over again until you get it really well, and then you edit together all the best runs basically.
Yep. All right.
So since this was in real time, obviously we couldn't do it segmented. So, like this is faster if you can keep trying it until you get it right. But it's generally not worth it if you're racing because it usually can take several attempts to get right, and then you just lose time.
Yeah. So what I'm gonna do here is something called an edge glitch. Now what I did was I shot a portal right on the bottom edge of this ledge right here. And what it did was I kind of got sucked into the top of the portal. And so if you do this, you see how I just kind of like fell through the portal right there? That's what happens if you put the portal too close to an edge. You can just kind of fall into the other edge of the portal. But what doing this glitch allows you to do is allows you to get stuck in the top edge of the portal. I'm going to refire the portal so I can get this to work a little better. But I can get stuck in this edge right here, and I can get stuck on the top of the portal. Now right now my perspective right here is still connected to my view, but if I do a quick save and then I load the save, my view is now connected to like the top of the portal right there.
Yeah, it's sort of as if like instead of standing above the blue portal, he's standing through the wall above the orange portal.
And so what this allows me to do is...
But you still see stuff from the point of view of being in the above the blue line.
So yeah, if I fired a portal at the ground right here, which I just did, you see how it appeared there instead of appearing right there where it should have been. What... Oh, did the glitch... I don't think the glitch worked properly. I don't think I did this right.
No.
Let me try it again.
Try just loading it again. Or try just loading it again.
Oh. Well, let's see. There we go.
Too.
So, what happened was I got into a save glitch, which basically when my body got disconnected from my viewpoint and I fired this portal, what happened was basically my body will not interact with... Oh, did I? I think I just messed it up by doing something. Anyways, I'm gonna load this again.
Yeah, as glitches, some of this stuff can be a little unpredictable sometimes.
Oh, there we go. Oops, and I fell out of the level.
That's another annoying. Yeah, a lot of time, depending on how you get out of bounds. Some ways, if you go out of bounds enough, you just stop falling and you can't move. And some ways you just fall forever. I don't really know why. I don't really know the logic behind how that works. I just know that it's really annoying when you're trying to do something outside the level and you just sort of get stuck.
Well, anyways, back to what I was saying. So when I did that save glitch, I can't interact with anything inside the level now, except for the one surface that this portal is on. So I can interact with this floor, but I can kind of walk through this wall right here. And so what that'll allow me to do is place a portal outside of the level, and you can see right here that I'm now looking at 3. So this is...
Yeah, and if you play through the game, you'll notice that there's the game doesn't stop to load the next level in the elevator ride between chambers 2 and 3. And that's because it loads both of them together because they're fairly small.
Yep.
Which is why you can just skip 3.
So anyways, what I'm actually doing right here with my one portal, I should point out, is something called like Pika portal, I guess is what Evan and I kind of use for the term. And what it involves doing is firing a portal and then going back through the portal so that the portal moves, but you have the ability to not move with it or get pushed out.
Yeah, because if you notice, when you fire a portal, in Portal 1, if there's enough of a distance between you and what you're firing at, you'll notice that the portal doesn't appear at the same time you click the mouse button. The portal gun literally shoots a projectile at the wall, which turns into a portal. So in the time it takes for that projectile to reach the wall, you can get out of the portal, and yeah. I could have explained that better, but you probably get the idea. And you'll also notice, if you ever play Portal 2, they changed it so that it's instantaneous.
Yeah, so you can still do Pika Portal in Portal 2, but it involves...
Yeah, it's glitchier and more difficult.
So, anyways, what I'm about to do here is I'm right above the exit for 3. What I'm going to do to get into the level is something called a portal bisection fall through. And when you do a portal bisection fall through, I'm going to fall, like I'm going to walk into my portal and fall through it, but I'm going to place a portal somewhere else right when I'm about halfway through the portal. And what that does is the game basically wants to get you back into the level at all costs. It will try to get you back into the level in whatever ways possible. So if half of your body is in the level because you're going through the portal, the game will clip you back in. So let's see if I can do this on the first try here. Nope. I fired my portal a little too soon. See, there you go, and I just clipped back
Remember, the Aperture Science Bring Your Daughter to Work
Day is the perfect time to have her tested. Yeah, sometimes it's a little difficult to get the timing right on that, but yeah, it gets easier if you've done it a few times. But don't be surprised if when you try to do that, it's a little difficult sometimes, because like it's a simple concept, and sometimes it's really easy to fire the portal a little too soon or a little too late and get screwed over.
Yeah, so anyways, that's one way to cheat your way into to the end of 3. Evan and I didn't really do anything too particularly interesting with these two, so I figured we'd get some of the explanations of later glitches out of the way so we can just use the terms and you'll know what it means. But there's actually...
To keep the earlier parts of the video a little more interesting.
Yeah, since we didn't really do many glitches in the early videos. Now what I'm actually going to show you here is an alternate method that doesn't involve saving. So we could have done this in the run, but I just figured it wasn't going to be as safe to do. So yeah, I avoided doing it. So what it involves doing, first things first, we need to get the radio from up here. Any physics object will work, so any object that you can pick up and carry. So we'll just leave that in the corner down there. See, say hi to the radio. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a portal right above this camera, and I'm going to jump on top of the camera. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to crouch down here. Now, something interesting that happens is if you crouch, let me get off this thing so I can show you. If you crouch and then you let go, of course you stand back up, but if you press and let go of crouch and then press crouch again while you're standing up, you see how I'm partially crouched? I can't jump because you can't jump in this state, but I'm partially crouched. And so what this allows you to do is it's kind of a similar thing to the edge glitch where I can get basically the top half of my body is above the level right now. So when I fire this portal, you see I just kind of my view kind of switched to outside of the level. And so this is another way that you can get your viewpoint out of the level. Let's see if I can get a portal outside. Yep. Now what you'll need the radio for here is to be able to get back up to the orange portal. And so this will actually introduce another glitch, which is how would you describe this glitch, Evan? I think you know the one that I'm trying to do, right?
Yeah, I don't know what the term for it really is, but basically the way it works is if you mash the button to jump and to pick something up back and forth fast enough, you'll notice sometimes if you pick an object up, it kind of moves closer towards you. If the way it works is if you stand on something and then you jump, you can pick it up to bring it a little closer to you, and then jump off of it again.
Is the perfect time to have
and
her
if
tested.
You have it timed right, you can use that to basically climb up a wall with a physics object. Because you can actually physically jump off of it while it's in midair and still be able to pick it up. Does that make sense?
Yeah, for the most part. Because what you're not supposed to be able to do is jump off of something that you're carrying. So I can show it here. You can't pick stuff. You're not supposed to be able to pick stuff up when you're standing on top of it. But if you jump, then you can actually pick it up and then jump off of it and then use it to carry yourself up.
If there isn't a wall in front of you, it'll just sort of move out of the way. But having the wall there prevents it from going in front of you, so it just moves up slightly.
Yep.
And another thing is, if you want to try and experiment with that, the easiest object that I've found to do it with is the cubes, because it has a large flat surface. I mean, it's possible with pretty much any physics object, but some are a lot more finicky than others.
Yeah, like a can of beans, for example, is very finicky.
Yeah.
But anyways, you just saw me do it with the cube and get all the way up here without using portals. But anyways, there's one glitch that you can do here in 14, and it's very, very hard to do. You know what I'm talking about, Evan, right?
Yeah,
so
I've managed this before, but it is very difficult
to
find
glitch.
a spot.
And I'm actually going to turn on cheats now, and so now I'm actually cheating. You can see that I'm flying outside of the level. I'm using no clip, so now I'm actually cheating. I'm going to.
Also, if you're wondering how we did any of that without opening up the console, we have. You can bind anything that you can type into the console or the developer's console. You can bind it to a button. So we have like SV Cheats 1 bound to a button and no clip bound to a button, so that we don't have to open up the console.
So anyways,
but it is very much possible to do this without cheating, but it is very tedious to find the exact perfect position to be in.
Yeah, so anyways,
and it would take too long to do.
What I'm going to describe here is something called the Steam glitch. In Portal 1, each of these panels, like the corners on these panels, has a small 1 pixel gap in between the two panels, which is incredibly hard to find. If you can find it and line up properly, you can actually shoot a portal through this gap. And if you do it right, then you can shoot a portal down there. And what that'll do is when you try to get into this room, because there's a trigger on the floor, it will destroy your portal and push you into the level when you get in here.
Good job.
Yeah, which ties into another way you can get back into the level is if you have it so that inside the level there's one of the fizzlers. If you put a portal underneath the fizzler outside of the level, then it'll destroy your portals, and then since you're halfway inside the level from going through a portal and halfway outside of it, it'll push you back into the level.
Yeah, so
that glitch that we just showed works similarly because it has the trigger to destroy the portals when you enter that room. Which you'll notice if you do the test the right way, when you walk into the room, if you have a portal in there, the portal will get destroyed, so you can't just walk out again.
Yeah, so what we just described there is something called portal destruction re-entry. So basically you get back into the level by destroying your portals, basically is how that works.
Okay.
So anyways.
You should see if you can. You should see if you can do that jump that I spent like half a minute trying to do and wasted a bunch of time.
Let me see if I can do this jump. So it is possible to actually fling yourself over to this platform right here by jumping.
And normally I could do it without any problems, and yeah, like that.
Yeah, like
normally
this.
It's really easy for me, and I failed like 5 times.
So yeah, you can jump over here. That's a neat little way to solve this test chamber the way you're not supposed to. So. Yeah, here's the example. I just dropped the radio out.
As part
now
of
I can't
a
get the
required
radio
test
anymore.
protocol,
Sad face.
our previous statement suggesting that we would not monitor this chamber
this next thing
was
isn't
an
really a
outright
glitch, but I just like
fabrication.
playing
Good job.
catch with myself.
As part of
And
our
And if you're wondering
required
why
test protocol,
why he took the time
we
to
will
do that, it's
stop
because
enhancing the truth in
the elevator
3,
will not
2,
move until GLaDOS stops talking.
Yeah, so there are some elevators.
As long as GLaDOS is talking, you can do whatever you want until she stops.
Yeah, so some elevators like this one will not move until she stops talking, so you can kind of just fool around.
I believe there are only 2 of them that are like that.
Alright, so there's really not much we can do here. I'll just do the
safety is one of many enrichment center goals.
Oops.
The Aperture
I actually messed
Science
that
High
up.
Energy Pellet seen
Anyways,
to
you
the
can
left of the
just
chamber
kind of like
I think I died
and has
here
caused
once.
permanent
yeah, you did, but you can just kind of
disabilities,
jump through this board on the
serious
ceiling here
Please be careful.
and land on the platform without having to activate it. That one's pretty simple.
Yeah.
Just make sure that you are not too far forward when you jump into the portal, or else you'll hit the edge and stop. That's what happened to you, Evan, when you tried to do this.
Yeah, you have to get the And you have to jump in the portal at like just the right angle so that you're moving forward enough
Warning devices
that you
are
reach the
required
platform,
on all
but
mobile
not forward enough that
equipment.
you hit your head and
However,
lose all of your
alarms
forward
and flashing
motion.
hazard lights have
Alright,
been
this
found
is
to
this.
I see you did
activate
this
high
one.
energy
Huh?
pellet and
I see you
have
did it
therefore
this
been
way.
disabled
Yeah, I
from
did it
the
this
safety.
way.
Yeah,
Because
I haven't
I can
seen all of redx's perspective yet. So
I can
this is news to
I
me.
can do this fling fairly consistently, so this is a really interesting fling that you can use to skip doing the energy pellet puzzle. I always jump from this second step here. If you jump, hold forward and crouch and do that, you'll land on the far end here. I will show it again just for posterity. So if you place the portal here, when you jump through, you'll be able to land in the portal again, and you also fire the portal at that wall in the same span of time.
Yeah, I've managed to do that before, but I can't do it consistently, which is why I took a slightly longer but easier route than he did.
Yeah, so anyways,
Also, you might have noticed that he was able to jump really quickly into the elevator without moving backwards. That's because of a similar glitch to ABHing called AFHing, which is either accelerated forward hopping or something along those lines.
I always thought it was front hopping, but it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, something along the lines of that. That starts with F.
We can show that off a little bit more when we have space to fling
but,
ourselves.
It's
So
similar to
we'll explain that-
ABHing, but you can face forward. However, the reason that ABHing is more common is because you don't really need any speed other than how fast you can jump backwards to start ABHing, but you need to have accumulated a rather significant amount of speed to do an AFH. And I don't really know why, it just is that way. And another interesting thing is, well, ABHing, you can't hold backwards for it to work. If you're AFHing, you have to be holding backwards in order to move really quickly forwards. I don't really understand why it works that way, but it does.
I think I kind of know why. You have to trick the game into thinking you're still going backwards, even though you're going forward, which I think is why you have to press back.
I don't know.
But anyways, on to Chamber 8. I will show you guys how I did it. Evan did it kind of the normal way.
Yeah.
You don't actually have to use your portal to get to here, so it's actually faster to just jump across like so. Like how I did in the run, and I actually died when I did this. But anyways, keen observers will notice the little pushed out section of the block there. You can actually jump off of that, so
yeah,
if you jump forward fast enough. Nope, I hit the edge of the portal there. I got hit by the energy pellet.
There are a few instances where those little decorative segments that stick out of the wall actually can let you break the test chamber, which is kind of
Let me see if I can get this portal any closer to the wall. Nope, that's about as good as I can do.
And I don't know if I've ever managed to make this jump. It's surprisingly difficult compared to what it looks like. It looks like it should be really easy to make.
No, I didn't jump the second time. I lost all my momentum. So, I did this very quickly in my run. I did it on the first try that I actually... There we go.
Very impressive.
The first try that I tried that.
Any appearance
Okay, I'm impressed that you managed that on the first try. That is a difficult jump.
Yeah, see, either for me it works really well or just takes me forever. That was one of those takes me forever kind of things.
Yeah.
So that's not technically a glitch. It's just technically clever portal placement and jumping.
Yeah. Exploiting decorative level design.
Yep. So anyways, on to Chamber 9.
Did I use the kind of glitchy portal door thing in my run?
No, you didn't.
I
was kind of surprised. I was kind of surprised that you didn't.
See, every now and then, sometimes when I do that, for some reason I have problems, and usually I don't. But the fact that sometimes I've had times when I just can't get it to work.
All right, so what you're witnessing right now is the ability of doors to sometimes destroy portals.
And sometimes.
But anyways, see, look, there you go. There's it's destroying the portal. But anyways, what I did in Chamber 9 and Evan failed to do is I placed the door. I placed the door halfway under the portal. I placed the portal about halfway under the door, so what I can do is fall through this section and then jump through this section on the other side of the door. And just get around it without needing the cube.
Once again,
so that's not technically a glitch again, but
it kind of is.
It's
clever. I'm pretty sure the doors are
placement.
supposed to break portals, but they don't always. Like the fact that sometimes they do makes me think that the intent was that they break portals.
Well, I mean, I guess at least the way I
think
view
in
it.
Portal 2 you can't even place them there because I think there's like a bar at the bottom of the model for the door.
Yeah,
Isn't
I think
there?
there's like a black portable surface.
Yeah.
There. So, anyways, on to this one. There's some interesting ways that you can do 10, and so I'll show you the way that we, or at least I did it first. And so this
I'll let you know if you did it the same way I did, because I'm pretty sure I always do this the same way.
Yeah, so what I did is I did a Pika portal here, so I looked through and then I fired a portal and popped right out of it, just to skip that middle section right there. Came in here. So this thing right here, this platform or panel that pushes out is activated by look, so it'll move forward when you look at it.
Yeah, I don't know, in the run I did, I might have forgotten to look at it, because a lot of times when I go through this, I'll get down here and I'm like, I never looked at the panel.
Yeah, so anyways, what Evan and I did, and I failed to do the first time, was to not fall from the top one. No,
Momentum. A
game,
function of
why
mass
did
and
you just like
velocity
suddenly
is
kill my
conserved
momentum?
between portals.
That
In
was
I don't know if I've
weird.
ever had that
terms,
happen. It's
speedy
probably,
thing goes in, speedy thing comes out.
did it push out the thing further, or no?
No, it didn't. I didn't look at it while I was on the second one, but it's weird because I fall from up here. See, yeah, it did it again. That's weird. What it
Weird.
should,
I've never had that happen, I don't think.
What it should be doing. There we go. Is doing that. So you can just completely skip that second ledge there. It's completely unnecessary.
Yeah.
And so that's how you. And I ABH'd into the elevator. This is one of those occasions where you can AFH because you have enough momentum to do it. So I'll just get myself over there quickly. See, I always just look straight up when I enter the room and activate it. Put this in, go in the portal, and there you go. There's your ABH or AFH.
Yeah.
An interesting thing. I want to see if I can do this. Let's see. I think you need to.
I know at one point we were experimenting in this chest chamber,
so
and we managed to ABH across the first gap.
Yeah, so you can actually ABH across this gap right here. I think I remember how. Now you have to not hit the top of the board thing though. That's what you have to do. Yeah, like that.
Nice.
You appear to
That
understand
took us a lot
how
longer
a
to figure out the
portal
first time than
affects
that.
forward momentum, or to be more precise,
So you
how it does
can not even need to use portals in that second half at all. So creative ways to do 10. There are your solutions.
Yeah.
So now we get to move on to 11. 11's a fun level, or at least 11/12 is a fun level for me.
Yeah. I still love the fling I use for that. It's not the fastest because you have to wait for the portal to change once, which I don't think you have to in your route that you usually use. But it's fun to do.
So anyways, what I just did here was fired a portal at the wall, came out here, put one up there, and then jumped out to get to the portal gun. There's no need to do that energy pellet puzzle at all. Even with the way that Evan did it in the run, there's no need to do it anyways. So it's kind of useless. So anyways,
yeah, the way my route basically works is you have to wait and listen for the portal to change once, and then if you place the blue portal at the bottom of the stairs. And if you manage to jump, hold forward, and crouch in midair and hit the bottom part of the portal, will sort of, when you come out of the orange one, you'll sort of arc upwards a little bit out of it. and it'll launch you pretty much exactly to the platform with the orange portal gun.
All right, so what I'm gonna do here is something I think we both did in the run, is that you can just jump down to this wall right here from the main one. You don't have to wait for the platform to get back.